Hey guys, what's up? I wanted to do a quick video to answer a few questions I got through email about the qualitative factors over here. I know that there's a couple that I added here that may not be in the tutorial. I know that the weight allowance category or column is not in there. That's just something I kind of started to cherry pick out of the past performances. I think the rest of them are, but at the same time, I want to go over real quick because this will be a quick video. Um, Starting with the CD. The CD is the class drop. Okay, so anytime I'm looking through the qualitative portion of the handicapping and I see a class drop, you highlight it, such as that horse right there, the 2 horse. Okay, I tossed that last race here, so we go 2 back. It's class drop. And then I start to sometimes I'll miss one or two, but I catch it when I'm doing my when I do my split screen and I start adding my information onto my grid. That's when I usually catch it. Sometimes, usually, something else will attract me and take me away from that. I saw this double move here, and I probably forgot to do that, but I always pick that up and double check. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a split screen here so that we can see both the past performances and the qualitative section of the grid. All we're doing here is anytime there's a class drop. So, for example, we'll go use the 5 horse. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 horse would just get a 1, and it's already set up in the system that when you have your matrix factors already done, and you have a particular rating over here, adding that 1 will now add a 1 to the rating over here. Notice there's a 1 already over here, but I have nothing completed on the matrix side. That's why there's no other rating over here. Okay, the TM is the turn move. Okay, and that's in the matrix system, and it's also in the thorough capping tutorial as well, in the qualitative section when it talks about moves on a turn. Okay, I'm looking for at least 2.5, 3 lengths. You use your own judgment. Gained. In this case, this was 11 lengths out at the first call, 5.5 lengths out. So we had a 5.5 lengths gain here. And if it's over a 4 length gain, I don't even care about gaining position. If it's only like a 2 or 3 length gain, I'd like to see at least 1 gain in position to qualify for a turn move. If the turn move was wide, if there's a comment over here that says wide on the turn, and he made a move on the turn, he would get 2 points instead of 1. So that would be worth a 2 over here in this section instead of a 1. If it was just a regular turn move, it'd be worth a 1. If you could see a stretch move, I'm looking for at least 1 length gained in the lane from the stretch, top of the stretch to the finish. He'll also get a point there too. So really, this column here, I recommend that you change when you download your grids. You don't have to, but each time you do a race, just change that to moves. Okay, so if there was, in this case, the 5 horse made a turn move and a stretch move, he would get 2 points. If this were a turn move was a wide on the turn, the comment said wide, 3 wide, 4 wide on the turn or whatever, and so he would get 2 points for that move, and he would get 1 point for the stretch move. I'd give him another point, which would give him a 3. Okay, so that's what the moves column is. And your grids right now currently have them titled TM, turn move. Because that was before I started to really tie in the stretch moves into these ratings. Okay, the key and the next out 1 are very similar to one another. If you look back here at this horse, the 4 horse, if in your mind he ran a pretty good race, a decent race, which he did here, he ran evenly the entire race. We'll find another horse. Let's check out this horse here. As you can see, he ran a good early portion of the race. It doesn't have to be a full the entire race. He ran a good early portion of this race. You can take into consideration that he's dropping down in class. That was at 63,000 allowance. He's dropping down to 32,000 claiming. And you see one horse out of the top 3 finishers over here that's in italics. that means that horse came out and won the next race, which tells you that that race could be a little more competitive of a race based on the competition that he's running in today. So when you go and you see that, and you see that he's dropping in class as well, that's really, I mean, you could even throw a 2 there instead of a 1 because of that factor. But I just put it down as a 1 because there was a next out winner out of the top 3 finishers. Now, there could have been another winner out of maybe the 4th place horse or the 5th place horse came out and won. That you would have to kind of dig a little bit and find out who that 4th place finisher was and who it was, or the 5th place and who are the other competitors. And then you have to go and find that what they did. And I know there are people out there that will do that, but I'm not going to go that far. I look at these top 3, and I'll give it a point if it's 1. Now, if there's 2, instead of going into the next out category, I go into the key race category. I consider that a key race now. Two of the first 3 place finishers came out and won the next day, but with a key race, I give that a 2 point. All right, so that's what the key column is, and that's what the next out won. The TR column is trainer ratings that you consider, and again, the key point there is you. What that you consider to be valid statistics, like turf starts. I stay away from the general categories like turfs, like the surface, the level of race, the distance, whether it's a 2-turn or a 1-turn. I stay away from them because those numbers have a tendency to be bloated, and at times you might have 7 of your 10 horses have a mark over here, and it kind of depletes this whole category here. So I look for unique statistics that apply to that particular horse. For example, this horse is coming off a layoff of 46 to 90 days. I look for 18% or better. Okay, with a decent-sized sample over here. And what do I call decent-sized sample? I would say 20 or more. Some would say that's still not enough. I would agree probably, but I just look for 20 or more. If I see more than 20 and I see 18% or better, I'll give that horse a 1 in the trainer recognition category. And I will not give 1 point for every type of recognition. He gets 1 point, whether he's recognized for 1, recognized for 2, recognized for 3, or recognized across the board. And then finally, the weight category is the weight allowance. Okay, here we happen to have one right here. If I see a horse that ran fairly well, again, in a portion of a race last time out, and I see there's at least there's a 3 or more pound drop in weight. He's riding at 120 because of the apprentice getting the 5 pound allowance. That's what the little 5 means. This isn't 120 and a half. This is 120 pounds because this jockey is getting a 5 pound allowance. He carried 124 last time. He's carrying 120 this time. He ran fairly well early, dropping out of a $63,000 allowance to a $32,000 claimer. And what we kind of did was we kind of handicapped a horse right here qualitatively without even looking at any figures. And this was the 2 horse from Del Mar 3, and that particular horse actually, if we go back again, that horse is indeed listed as my top play. After running the matrix factors, and I did not do any pace factors on that horse because of I guess it was probably because of the distance, mile 16th. Yeah, he was all 6.5 furlongs. So I skipped the pace section. But again, those are what those qualitative ratings are. Okay, there's no calculations that need to be done. It's just giving the horse a point in recognition that he falls under that category. And each time you give a point, it will add to the original TC rating that you got from your matrix factors. Okay? Hope that helps. And I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.